When is the least appropriate time to wink at someone? When you tell someone you need to use the bathroom. When you wink at them when they come out of the restroom. When you're about to administer a lethal injection. Count back from 100 and it will be over before you know it. I would hate to die knowing that I didn't finish counting. When you're coming out of a public toilet they're about to use. This might be the perfect time. Winks. Seats all warmed up. I've always said that the only thing worse than a cold public toilet seat is a warm one. When you're pulling the plug on their loved one. So, doctor, will my husband feel any pain when you pull the plug? No, Mrs. Robin, of course not. He won't feel a thing. Shame. Wink. As you begin their prostate exam, while doing the glove snap. Looking at them through that crack in the bathroom stall. Only in America. Then I guess as they're walking out in other countries. The ones I've been to were about an inch wide from both sides of the door. So I guess about 3 centimeters. The ones in my dorm were worse. There was a gap between the wall and the stall wall facing you, so when someone came in, they would see you inside just sitting there. You could also poke your finger through the gap. Nice watch. This made me laugh harder than it should have. Have my arrow. At a funeral. At your own funeral. At our funeral. I'm sorry, Mr. Johnson. We couldn't save your son. Leukemia is unpredictable. And he fought tooth and nail. I'm incredibly sorry for your loss. We did absolutely everything we could. I know you did. Wink. Satan feels fear from this man. They call him Wink Man. When they had an incident that caused them to lose vision in one eye. My coworker has only one eye and when I accidentally wink at him, it's awkward. Court guy. Do you swear to tell the truth and only the truth? Man with hand on Bible. I wink. Certainly do. LOL, this should be higher. At the bride during a wedding where you are not the groom. If anyone can show just why this couple cannot lawfully be joined together in matrimony, wink. Turn around and wink at the row behind you. When no one else is looking, including that person. I winked at my buddy after I farted next to him. It was perfect. It's better to look them right in the eyes and fart again but louder. I've never farted in front of my husband, but this makes me want to just for the wink. While being pulled over by a police officer. Sir, did you just wink at me? Meow. Right after telling someone that they have a beautiful child. Breathtaking. To the midwife while your wife is giving birth. Seems like you're speaking from experience. Or the midwife winking at you during birth. It's bad either way. Press conference. Any press conference. Worse if you wink into every camera individually, repeating the same line over and over again. After saying you have no weapons in your bag at an airport. While the person is getting yelled at by their manager, especially if it's a flirty type of wink. Aren't all winks flirty? If not, then how do you do a non-flirty wink? During a job interview, especially if you are the interviewer. We like to have fun here. Wink. A judge during sentencing. Or during arraignment. How do you plead? Not guilty. Wink. At the reception booth of a hospital after whispering, I'm COVID infected. Woman, you told me you have important news about my husband's condition. Doctor, so I hear you're single now. Wink. Cop, sir, we have some questions for you about the disappearance of your wife. Where were you on the night of December 16? Me. Winks. I work as an ED doctor, so pretty much any time. Please push the paralytic. Wink. Ready for the disimpaction? Wink. Your mother's dead. Wink. Ma'am, that's not appropriate. I need you to calm down and stop trying to grab me. Wink. During the reading of a will you're in. Bro. I remember when I was around 12 to 13, a girl said after school, me and her were going to do homework together. I played along with it because I wanted to see what other people thought. Right as we were leaving out the door, my friend asked if she really is coming over. I look at him and just wink, at the most inappropriate time ever. About 10 years ago, I picked up a compulsive, probably annoying winking habit. I was working as a bartender, and I started winking at my customers. It made all the small talk more interesting. It was fun. It felt like a harmless way to mess with people a little bit, and I liked it. Pretty soon, I was winking all the time, until the day I winked at my gynecologist. I was naked from the waist down, my feet in the stirrups, my doctor in my vagina. We were making small talk, and I looked at her between my legs and I winked. The doctor didn't wink back, and I went cold turkey on the winking after that. Going to the doctor. Maybe you can help me with my explosive diarrhea. Wink. I'll get the funnel. Wink. When they tell you they have herpes. When you tell them you have given them herpes. After telling your babysitter you'll give her a ride home apparently. Especially if you are the one being babysat. Coming back from the bathroom. If you ask me, this is the most appropriate time, as your hands are dripping wet. When you are a 40-year-old man winking at a 12-year-old middle school kid. This reminds me of my 8th grade English teacher. After saying, your children are safe with me as a babysitter. After losing their kid in the shopping mall. When cop return your lost child in the shopping mall. We found your kid. Wink. That is disgusting. When they're not looking. That feels similar to when you see someone waving at you and you wave back only to realize they were waving at the person behind you. At the funeral of someone whose friend and family wouldn't recognize you as you stand some distance away holding a black umbrella. There was someone on Twitter quite a while ago asking for $50 to turn up at your funeral, dressed all in black and a veil. Stand at the back, shed bitter tears, and leave in mystery. 10 out of 10 would sign up for. While the gyno is snapping on gloves. When you're taking an exam and your prof thinks you're cheating. When the person you're winking at just got shot in the leg and they're bleeding out. My boss shared in our work group chat that his uncle died from COVID. My coworker replied back with condolences and ended the message with a wink emoji. Weirdest and most inappropriate wink I've ever seen. At your wife at your child's funeral when she knows you pushed him down the stairs and it was not an accident, but she loves you and can't lose you too. When you and another nun are, in fact, not on the same page about what a wink means when it comes to switching a newborn child with the Antichrist. Right after you've been inaugurated president, with your predecessor's widow standing next to you with his blood splattered all over her. At the principal's office or a police station, at the end of the interrogation. After the doctor just told them their eyelids are paralyzed and they have lost the ability to wink or blink. When asking your teacher, professor, if there is anything you can do for extra credit. When you're wearing an eye patch because then it will just look like you're blinking. Apparently during an interview with 2 female cognitive thinking teachers while in a minimum security prison setting. When you swing open the door to the men's room in a hurry and the dude forgot to lock the door. As a former fast food employee, I've had this happen on more than one occasion. When someone is pointing a gun at you and says, I'm going to shoot you if you wink. After you tell someone you love them, or if they're on trial for murder or something serious right after you say you didn't do it. I'm sorry your husband has suffered complications during surgery. There was nothing we could do. Wink. When someone is hanging on a cliff without rope, without safety gear, but with your shoes on his or her fingers. Will's playing wink murder and you're not the murderer. It's not cool. No matter how cool you think you are tricking the detective, then saying you got something in your eye. At a funeral, it's sort of odd, especially if you winked at the insurance agent you've coincidentally brought with you. I was playing Pokemon Go and I had something in my eye, so I winked just as someone walked by, and I think they thought I was a pedophilio, if you know what I mean, and they grabbed their phone and dialed someone. When coming out of a cubicle bathroom ABF, Make awkward eye contact with the person waiting to use it next. Flush, wink, all yours. When you go to the orphanage with a gun and see how many orphans you can get in one mag, then wink at your friend signaling them to bring in the gas to finish the rest. And during this whole time, you're winking at the owners that it's a joke and leave with a large amount of dead orphans. At a funeral. Hey man, sure is a shame that Uncle Jerry got murdered. Wink. I was getting surgery to remove 2 screws from a broken ankle. I have been nervously joking away with the anesthetist as we were about to go into the theater. And as he gave me the injection to knock me out, I said, "See you on the other side." And he said, "Hopefully," and winked at me. I was already numbing up and the potential consequences did not register until about a week afterwards. I have never once winked at anyone my whole entire life. My preferred method of letting someone know that we're good is raising either my right or left hand and nodding. Winking is so corny. When you're in the bathroom stall and you make that awkward eye contact with someone through the gap between the door. When you're testifying in court under oath, would probably be the worst time to wink and smile. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you? I do. Wink at the jury. You know that moment when you're shitting in a public stall and someone else is trying to find an empty one? So they're investigating the stalls, but in that moment, when they're going by its lines, so through the crack in between the stall door and wall, you're able to make eye contact, and then they walk away and you both pretend like it never happened? You wink at that moment. In interrogation, FBI. Where were you on the night of the murder? Me. I didn't kill him, I swear. Winks. FBI. Okay, you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used in the court of law. If you don't have a lawyer, one will be appointed to you by the state of... State? Do you understand these rights that I have read to you? Me. No. FBI. What do we do now? President. Damn it, he got away again.